When Republican governor and former presidential candidate John Kasich voted in the battleground state of Ohio Monday, couldn't have voted in a more important state, he ducked the real choice of Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump for president. Governor Kasich could not bring himself to vote for Donald Trump, and he couldn't bring himself to vote for Hillary Clinton, so he wrote in a vote for John McCain. Conservative author and former George W. Bush speechwriter David Frum accepted the real choice and announced today that he voted for Hillary Clinton. He wrote in an op-ed for The Atlantic, "I have no illusions about Hillary Clinton, but she is a patriot. She will uphold the sovereignty and independence of the United States." Joining us now, David Frum, senior editor for The Atlantic. David, why didn't you write in John McCain, and what do you say to Republicans who are thinking about writing in John McCain or something else?
Well, I wrote the article I wrote for The Atlantic immediately before, made the best case I could from a conservative point of view for Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, and a protest candidate. And the case for a protest candidate is pretty eloquent. You state what you have to say. But I don't believe in gesture politics. I believe you have to face your alternatives as they are. Only one of two people is going to be the next president of the United States, and you have to look that alternative square in the face. It was hard for me. The absentee ballot, which I sent, stayed in my outbox for about 4 days. It was a hard thing to do.
When did you send it, David?
I sent it about a week ago.
Okay, so right up to a week ago. Okay.
But I would say, you know, I'm not one who is greatly swayed by endorsements, but Vladimir Putin's, that cut a lot of weight with me.
Yeah, so that was the thing that you'd say in the end weighed the heaviest on you. Which one does Vladimir Putin really want?
Well, look, two things weighed the heaviest on me. The first is I do think we are seeing an attempt to manipulate an American election by an unfriendly foreign power. And it's really important that that unfriendly power get the strongest signal that this isn't acceptable and that Americans will rally to the defense of their government, whoever happens to lead it. And the second thing is I do think Hillary Clinton, I mean, the Clintons, I've got a lot of critiques of the Clinton Foundation. I do think they bend the law. But Hillary Clinton accepts the of legality. She accepts that courts are supreme, laws must be complied with, and the power of the state is not to be used for personal revenge or personal enrichment. And that's not something I trust Donald Trump to do. And those basic rules, I said in the article that the system we have is one that protects my rights under a president I don't approve of, and that tomorrow will do the same for you, and that what people have in common is their commitment to those shared rules. And if you have someone who is a challenger to the shared rules, that's unacceptable. And we have never seen that before, not in a long, long time, but we see it now.
David, are you having conversations with Republican friends of yours who are still where you were a couple of weeks ago, still struggling?
I know a number of people who are voting for Hillary Clinton. I think, actually, when you hear a lot about shy Trump voters, I think there are actually a lot of shy Clinton voters, especially among women. I know marriages where they're both Republicans, but the women find this an easier step for very understandable reasons than the men do. I know a lot of Republicans who are making a protest vote, and I don't complain about that. There are people who say my vote is an expression, and there are people who say my vote is an instrument. I believe the vote is an instrument, not an expression.